I feel very good about this year's session. I know that many were predicting that only one issue would dominate the 2014 session, and I really think that's not true. And we showed once again that the Indiana legislature can handle a multitude of issues and bring a successful conclusion to a session no matter what's on the table. And I think we did that this year. And thematically, we've moved the ball forward for Indiana. I think you look at the tax cuts, I think we continue to create a better environment for jobs and entrepreneurship and companies to come to our state. I'm particularly proud of the work that Senator Hirschman did on the corporate tax cut. I think that is the linchpin of Senate Bill 1. And when you look at the federal corporate tax and its size being the largest in the world, it's a deterrent. And so it's important for our state to when you pile those two on top of each other, to have that tax as low as possible, and that's going to occur. We're going to move from 24th, I think, to second in the nation when we're done with this, and that's a positive thing for Indiana and for our future workforce. Obviously, the pre-K program had a very interesting adventure. For us, I think what the Senate put its stamp on it in a way that I felt good about in the end. And what we're really doing is allowing ourselves to go forward and see exactly what it will take to put a proper program together. Should we do this? How much should we invest? This is ultimately a very, very expensive program for taxpayers in Indiana. So if we're going to do it, we need to do it right. The pilot program we put together will be something that we're going to keep track of, these children through third grade, testing them for those that went through pre-K versus those that didn't. In the meantime, we'll have a blue ribbon panel, which will be looking at best practices around the country, looking at how in Indiana we might be able to engage parents more, bring the private sector in, foundations, in a way that maybe other states haven't done, because we all argue that really in the end you can put the entire Indiana State Treasury to work on this program, and if people aren't all in at home and in our society to try to make this work, it's not going to work. So I think we'll be taking a cautious, steady look at this pre-K program in a way that makes fiscal sense for Indiana, in a way that maybe we can make it work where in some other places it hasn't. So, and then of course the other of the big four, if you want to call it, the criminal law, sentencing reform, which has taken years to get right. I think through the great work of Senators Michael Young and Brent Steele on our side, and Judd McMillan and Greg Sirwell on the House side, stuck together, the four musketeers, worked through all of the concerns about the fiscal impact of it, worked through the concerns of the locals to make sure, and they did work with Senator Kenley to get funding for this for the locals. And I think in the end, we'll be putting the bad guys in jail for a little bit longer, and we'll be dealing with the low-level, nonviolent offenders who have substance abuse issues in a more effective way as well, keeping them there in community corrections programs. That's a plus for everyone. If we can rehabilitate people, get them off their substance abuse issues, which is like 80% of these issues, the low-level D felons, we'll have done something good for society as well.